for the employment policy, and it also helped to improve the microeconomies in China. So by doing that, we have a very concrete task to advance the employment in China. In the past, when we talk about the microeconomy, we focus more on the economic growth, and this time we focus more on employment, and there is a coefficient between the employment and the development of the microeconomy as China enter into a new stage for economic growth, so that this coefficient will change accordingly. So as we continue to strive to develop the employment, so we have to focus more on developing the microeconomy so that we have a more precise targets. And we also strike a balance and form a relations between the employment and the microeconomy. Consider the current situation of the employment and the economy, and we have to consider many factors. First of all, we have to focus on some of the figures, the 5% as the unemployed rate. When we talk about the 5%, it means that we have moderately achieved the full employment in China. And we consider some of the structural caused unemployment. For this kind of unstructured employment, meaning that there is a disparity between the professional skills and the requirements from the position. And the second aspect we are focusing is that there is a disconnection between the talent for recruiting a job and also the job available in the market. So that even though they have the required skill sets, probably they don't have the chance to get employed. So that's why we have to take active actions to promote the employment. For example, we have to provide more public service, more education, so that we can improve the functions of the market, so that we can better employ the talents from the market. For people above the 5%, which is the unemployment rate, right now we are facing some of the uncertainties. If there is a disconnect between the supply and demand, meaning that we may have a negative influence of the economic growth. So in this scenario, we may have more people being unemployed. So this is a cycle that we called, we have to make some adjustment for the microeconomy, and we should also take more prudent monetary policy so as to boost the employment. That's why the government work report has set the 5.5% as the registered jobless rate. Thank you.
谢谢主持人，中央广播电视总台央视记者。我的问题是提给坚守大山深处30年的乡村老师志月英支代表的。从支姐姐到支妈妈，您教育大山深处的2代。
My question is to the rural teacher.
那么今天我们看到村里的学校。
You have been educating 2 generations in the rural areas. As you can see, you are actually one of the witnesses for the rural education. Nowadays, we have more beautiful countryside, but we still are lacking of the teaching resources in the rural areas. So what is your experience? Can you tell us more story about yourself? Myself, I'm a teacher coming from the rural areas. In 1980, when I was 19 years old, I left my hometown. I went to a remote and rural area in the Fengxi County. This is quite remote and was located among mountains. I take my job as a teacher in those areas, and in that area, the altitude is over thousands and very poor situation for the transportation. Over my past 30 years, I have to go through all the muddy roads to go to my work, and my mission is to provide education for the kids over there. I actually educate 2 generations from the rural areas. Back in the 80s, I have no vehicle to facilitate my work. I depend on my 2 legs because 2 legs are my vehicle. And for all of the textbooks, we actually write up all of those textbooks for my kids. Later on, I learned how to ride motorcycles. Over the past 30 years, I actually took 6 motorcycles to school. And some of my students, they actually successfully step out of the village. Some of them are postgraduates, and some of them are taking a job as the teachers, and also see that they actually play a key role in the society. I can feel that I'm not just teaching these students how to learn. I'm actually educating these people. They're the future of the country. With 40 years of reform and opening up, especially after the 18th Party Congress, we do see a profound changes in the village. In the past, the condition is quite poor. And now we have more open and comfortable environment for our students, and we also have modernized facilities. So the school has become the most beautiful building in the rural areas. However, the living conditions are quite tough for the teachers, and it is less attractive for being a teacher in the village. That's why I call on the social efforts to pose more attention to the rural teachers. I call on more compensation package can be provided, more benefits can be provided to the rural teachers. By doing that, the students can learn better and pursue their dreams. They will enjoy the equal rights with other kids who are living in the urban areas. In the future, they can also play their role in the society. And also want more younger generations to devote themselves for the rural education, so that we can better facilitate the kids from the rural areas to pursue their dreams and make their own contribution to the rural revitalization. Thank you.
感谢主持人，我是内蒙古广播电视台融媒体的记者。我的问题提给王新慧代表。我们把自闭症儿童称作是来自星星的孩子。您从事自闭症儿童工作已经15年了，我想请问，为什么要坚持这么多年做这一件事儿？坚持难不难？坚持的目标又是什么呢？
And as you have been working in the area to assist the autistic children, what are some of the challenges that have been facing, and what drives you to devote yourself into this sector? When we talk about persistence, I want to ask a question. What is your resolution? And one of the answers I heard is that I would like to live one more day than my children, because that is coming from my mother, from my autistic children. Because she said if I left, I will take my child away. Because she said it is difficult to look after her child, and even though she said it in a quite easier way, but I felt quite touched, because for her child, he or she always kept himself in isolation, And they also have a misunderstanding how to treat others, how to get along with others. And they even don't quite understand the care that provided from their families. And actually for myself, every day, I have to spend my time with those autistic children. For sometimes they're getting sick, and it is even tough for them to speak out their requirements to their family members. So for their parents, they have to cover the expenses to cure their children, and especially their parents feel fear about the future. It is not an extreme case. In China, every year we have over 100,000 autistic children in the society, and many families actually suffering from this situation. So last year, it is my first time to get in touch with those autistic children. It is quite heartbreaking, and I really want to give more information to these people and want to publicize some of the information. Actually, it is quite tough to help them to cure themselves. It is a world challenge, because when they were infants, it is quite difficult to identify whether they are autistic children, and we cannot find out the root causes for this kind of disease. There's no way to cure these people. And the second challenge for me is that it is very difficult to carry out our work. Sometimes we find it difficult to provide education to these people, and for the special education in China, it actually does not cover the group of the autistic children. I remember one of my kids, and his or her parents are actually working in central government. And when the kid grow up, they found that there's no kindergarten that would like to accept the kid. 3 years has passed, but still these kids are kept alone from the kindergarten. If we cannot solve the problem of education for them when they grow up, they may probably face more challenges and difficulties. At this point, this child is just a burden for the family, but in the future, probably they will become a burden for the society. I have been working in this industry for 15 years, even though it requires a lot of hard work. But what I think, discrimination is more bother me. When people talk about the autistic children, they always think they're quite dumb. They're a little bit retarded. But for me, at the beginning, I feel quite heartbreaking. I once think maybe in the future I will leave this industry. But one of the parents come to me and said that please don't leave, because you are our hope. And in the future, our children depend on you. So I think even though it is a tough job, I would like to continue my efforts to help these autistic children, and also wish in the future relevant departments to carry out more R&D on the autistic children and to provide more support to this vulnerable group, and also call on the government and the local authorities to give more preferential policies towards this group so that these children can receive education as others. So I wish in the future the society can attach more attention to the autistic children so that they can enjoy a decent life in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now let's welcome the second group of delegates.
4位代表分别是江苏省工商联副主席
They are
All
China Federation from Jiangsu, Mr. Cui. From All Federation of China from Shanghai, Mr. Tang Liang. All China Federation and the CEO of Xiaomi, Mr. Lei Jun. CEO of ANTA, Mr. Ding Shizhong. Now the floor is open.
新华日报记者、交汇点记者提问崔根良代表，我们大家都很关注民营经济的发展。您作为一家高科技民营企业的掌门人，想请问您认为
Xinhua
民营
News,
企业应当如何
my
提高
question
自
to
主
Mr.
创
Cui
新，增强发
will
展
focus on the development of the private sectors. So as the top leader of the private enterprises, how do you think that you will can unleash the more dynamism in the future development? Thank you. I'm from Jiangsu province. I represent the private companies owners of Jiangsu. So for the overall benefit we got, actually, we should give that credit to the policies after China's reform and opening up, especially after the 18th CPC Central Committee. We work really hard. We're quite bold and brave, took challenges and made today's achievement. We created 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 benefits and delivered to our people. All of these actually help us to maintain our role and position in the society. Last year, as General Secretary Xi Jinping actually hailed the achievements made by the private enterprises owners. In this year's government work report, primarily mentioned that we will redouble our efforts to improve the business environment, to protect the assets owned by the private enterprises, and let them to trust the country and they can really feel safe to do their business. And he also mentioned another round of the big cut in taxes and fees. I believe this is another good year for the enterprises to grow up. Before, based on our hard work, I believe in the future that should be driven by high quality and innovation. We want to be stronger. We need to really align with the cutting-edge technology around the world. We need to own the game-changing technologies, and we should own the pattern as well. Talking about our product, 15% of the products in our area, actually, we own that 50% of patent. We talk about the optical fiber. Actually, we're also quite good around the world. I believe all these actually based on our foundation of strong technology investment. So we're not afraid of the competition at the international stage. So our position should be bigger, and also that our products should be stronger, and our brand should be well known. My group in 5 continents established our 10 bases, and our products actually sold to 130 countries and regions. What we rely on, I believe, our technology, quite world-leading ones, and also based on our quite strong quality. So these give us more competition, give us more confidence to compete with others. Today, China is coming to the center of the global stage, and that also brings a good opportunity for the private sectors. So we know we have more job to do. We should stay to our aspiration and forge ahead. So we'll work relentlessly to bring everyone moving forward. Thank you.
我的问题想提给汤亮代表。当前我国经济正迈向高质量发展阶段，民营企业也进入到转型升级的重要关口。
With Economic Daily, my question to Mr. Tang Liang. Right now, China's economy is shifting to high-quality development. I believe that's also a crucial year for the private sectors. So if we would like to see the transformation upgrading, what you need to do? Thank you. Talk about the private sector, especially the manufacturing industry in private sector. If we want to achieve a high-quality development, we need to experience, or this is an inevitable stage for us to do this transformation. This is a way through transformation we achieve the upgrading and high quality. We're not saying like we will produce something else. Actually, we are still be ourselves. We not really pursue the short-term benefits because there are a lot of failure cases happen already. We should always keep the President Xi's message in our mind. We should stay to our aspiration and always know our vision and mission. For ourselves, actually, we have the whole industrial line of the chains used on the bridge. So we focus on the technology. We would like to bring more added value of our technology. So this is one of our job in transformation. By doing so, we can increase the quality and also can be more competitive on the global stage. Not long ago, we awarded the contracts for the world's largest bridge. So that's the bridge that crossed the whole distance of 2,023 meters. Another job for our transformation is our main business, that we should be diversified our application of our materials. So we would like to use our materials in a larger scope so we can better fulfill the market needs, like a cardiac device or the airplane's engine. We can use our material for all these applications and achieve the upgrading goal. Manufacturing companies, that a cornerstone of our country's development. No matter it's from a private sector or from public sector, we should all be strong enough in the innovation development. If we don't have some cutting-edge technology owned by ourselves, we cannot enjoy a sustainable development. So this is the way we should stick to and be more bold to make more changes in innovation. Thank you.
我是新华社记者，想给雷军代表提个问。今年啊，政府工作报告多次提到了互联网+，我们也注意到您今年带来了一些。
With Xinhua News Agency, my question to Mr. Lei Jun. This year in government work report, primarily mentioned many times about the Internet Plus, and we noticed that you bring the suggestions related to 5G. So under this context, like AI or Internet technologies, how they benefit the real economy to a high-quality development. Thank you. Talk about 5G. This is a so eye-catching topic. Talk about 5G. It's not limited to the smartphone or telecommunication. We also quite promising on the application of 5G in internet era. 5G plus AI plus IoT, that's also quite a hotspot direction. We talk about this direction, maybe a next generation of super internet. I really buy in this idea. 5G in IoT area, we talk about the intelligence home application. We talk about the with the cars. We talk about with the driverless application. Think about the medicine. Think about the medical care, the education in rural area. All these actually we have a more job can be done. Xiaomi also been a good player in the IoT industry, and we have more than 130 million appliances linked. So AI and IoT, we call it AIoT. This is also a good opportunity for us to link everything we can link under the era of AIoT. And Xiaomi worked so hard to make the breakthroughs. As the delegates of NPC, we also work very hard to push everything happen. Last year, in Premier Lee's work report, he mentioned we should carry forward the spirit of workmanship. So we should really bring the quality strong enough and represent China. So for us, we think about how we really bring all these sentences into our action and drive the whole industry to achieve a high quality development. So within Xiaomi, we have our quality commission. We would like to see a revolution happen in this area. So start from Xiaomi, actually, we improve our quality. And by the end of last year, we also award a top award given by the National Quality Authority. And we also this year, actually, for the guarantee, we not just follow the normal rule for 12 months, we extend that to 18 months. This year, actually, I prepared 3 notions. So one is regarding the legislative front. We talk about the space. Actually, I believe that's a new highlight for us. As China, we will be a stronger company in a stronger power in the space exploration. So I believe we can utilize the advantages of private sectors. We can speed up in innovation development. Thank you.
谢谢主持人，我是中国日报的记者，想请问丁世忠代表，我们都很关心实体经济的发展，您长期从事实体经济，能否请您跟我们分享一下多年来专心做实业？
My question to Mr. Ding. We focus also on the real economy development. As a player from real economy, would you please share with us your observations? Thank you. Thank you. Of course, it's not an easy job, but we should be really firmly stick to our aspiration. In 2008, actually, was in BirdNet. That's the opening ceremony for that's for the Summer Olympics. But it's so pity that we didn't sponsor the national team of China. 7 years later, we made it, and we are the sponsor for the Winter Olympics for the China national team, and we also rank the top 3 around the world as a sports company. Why Anta can reach this high level, I believe we're more or less the same as the other real economy players. We stick to our mission. We started from 500,000 RMB as a very smaller company, but we really practice our craftsmanship. And we enlarge our scope, we establish our brand, we invest more in R&D, and we also establish the first China sports laboratory, and R&D actually take 5% of our overall sales revenue. And we also provide a very professional gear for the 36 teams around the world, and especially for the quite tough gears used for the winter games. We're also capable to provide the products. You may notice that last year, actually, one of our basketball shoes sold globally in US is sold to $160. And right now online, I could find that it's even sold to 5,000 USD. So before people think actually Chinese product is low price, be confident. if people buy in, and right now they already bought in our new technology and the products, they will be really in line up to buy your products. In June, we will sell another pair of basketball shoes. I believe that will be another highlight. We not just pursue short-term benefit. Not long ago, we also acquired a sports. That's a sport brand from Finland.
3位代表分别是北京市副市长、北京2022年冬奥会和冬残奥会组委会执行副主席张建东代表。
Vice Mayor from Beijing.
海南省发改委主任傅宣朝代表。
From Beijing
青海
and
省
the
果洛
second
藏族自治州州委副书记、
NDRC from Hainan
州长
Province
白加扎西代表。
and
好，
Prefecture
请记者提
Governor
问。
Mr. Chanfan Zhouxi.
这位穿蓝色上衣的男士。
好的，谢谢主持人，我是三沙卫视记者，想请问福宣潮代表。自从中央批准设立海
With
南自由
Sansha
贸易
satellites,
试
my
验区，
question is to
探索建设
Mr.
中国特色
Fu
自由贸易港
Shanchao.
以来，我们海南
As China
采
has
取了哪
been
些
continuous
政策措
efforts to
施
explore the
来改善
Hainan
营商环
ports
境和吸引人
and
才？那成效又如
start
何
to
呢？谢
initiate
谢。
the free trade area in Hainan? What are some of the measures taken by Hainan government to attract more talents? Thank you for your question. Good morning, everyone. Hainan has put equal emphasis for talent training, and we have also initiated a talent campaign in Hainan province. And the range for this talent campaign is from 2018 to 2025, and we are intended to attract 1.05 million talents, and we also provide some subsidies for these talents. For example, we will offer education for the children for those talents, and also some of the residency allowance, so that we can provide a strong support for the talents that will be recruited in Hainan province. In the past 1 year, we have actually attracted the talents with around 42,000 RMB, 42,000 people. So we want to retain these talents in Hainan province. We focus on to develop the industry and also to develop new industrial parks. Projects are very important to retain these talents, and these are an important platform for these talents to play their role. Right now, we have already accumulated a large group of talents in Hainan, and they are here to work and live in order to provide a better business environment for these people. We actually benchmark ourselves with international practice. We actually follow the guidance from the World Bank, and we initiated 40 items to improve the business environment in Hainan province. We are getting permits in various areas to improve our facilities. Altogether, we have 11 projects and issue 40 actions since April last year. We are actually adding 65,000 market entities, increased by 30%, and we also have 27 Fortune 500 companies. KPMG, Deloitte, and other well-known companies are actually setting up their headquarters in Hainan province. And there are a series of big names and well-known companies setting up their subsidies in Hainan province. the JK Medical Service from South Korea and the Harvard Medical Service Group has also set up their subsidiaries in the Hainan province. Thomas Cook, also well-known tourist agent, also set up its subsidiary in Hainan province. Last year, the actual use of foreign capital in Hainan province has been increased by 112% last year. Due to the sound business environment, we have attracted more companies to invest in Hainan. Now we're facing a bright future. If you have time, please take a visit to Hainan and speak out for Hainan province. Thank you.
谢谢主持人，我是来自人民日报社人民网的记者。我想请问来自青海果洛的白家扎西代表，保护三江源，青海肩负着非常重要的使命和责任。您来自三江源的核心区，我想请问您认为现阶段我们应该采取哪些措施保护好三江源？谢谢。
shoulder great responsibilities to protect the environment locally. So what are the measures that has been taken by the local government? Thank you for your question. It is my great honor to take this question. I'm actually coming from Sanjiang Yuan and Guole. You may not know about Guole, but you must be very familiar with Sanjiang Yuan because Sanjiang Yuan is located in the central area of Guole. For the ecological protection in the Sanjiang Yuan, it received great attention from the central government and General Secretary Xi Jinping. And earlier, General Secretary Xi Jinping has pointed out clearly that we have to put more efforts to protect the environment in Sanjiang Yuan and also to make strong moves to preserve the ecological environment. We have to treat the ecological protection as our own lives. We have to make sure that there is a clean water and the blue sky in the Sanjiang Yuan region. It is actually the expectation and guidance sent out by General Secretary Xi Jinping. And for the Qinghai province, the local government has followed closely on the key decisions issued by the central government. In protecting Sanjiang Yuan, we actually initiate 2 phases of development plan, and we also take a lot of actions in protecting the environment in Sanjiang Yuan. We have made notable progress in this regard. And we have largely improved the sense of gaming and sense of satisfaction for the local people. However, for Sanjiang Yuan, it is located in a high altitude area. It requires hard work for us to restore the ecological environment in those regions, and there are many challenges facing us. And we have to change some of the mechanism to better protect the grasslands in those areas. At the same time, we have to pursue high-quality development and while ensuring the better lives for our people. Going forward, we will continue to follow the green development path and to pursue an ecological civilization. So all of this concept will be integrated to every one of us. And it will become one of the habits for us to protect the environment. With the upgrading of the industrial sector in China, we will make more efforts for the ecological advancement. And we will strengthen our efforts to restore the ecological environment in this area. And we would like to better upgrade the living habits for the local people. Agriculture area is also important in the Sanjiang Yuan region. We have a vast land of grassland and forestry area. We would like to build Sanjiang Yuan into a region that harmony can be achieved between the nature and the human beings. So for people from Sanjiang Yuan, as a representative, we have every confidence to make our utmost contribution to protect the ecological environment in this region. We want to make sure that there's a clean rivers, green coverage in the Sanjiangyuan. If you have time, please pay a visit to Sanjiangyuan. Thank you.
好，谢谢主持人。我是北京广播电视台的融媒体记者。我的问题呢，想提给张建东代表。我们都知道，现在距离2022年北京冬奥会和冬残奥会开幕的日期是越来越近了。想请问您，目前我们冬奥会的筹备工作进展情况如何？那今年主要要完成哪些工作呢？谢谢您。
We'd like to know what's going on for the preparation and what's our target for this year. First of all, I would like to give my appreciation to our friends from the media and also the people from all society for your long-term support of the preparation of Winter Olympic Games. And this is actually also driven by President Xi Jinping himself. That's also a hallmark on our Games milestone. Before this year's Spring Festival, President Xi Jinping also paid a visit to BOCOG, and we feel encouraged. As you just mentioned, we are taking the clock less than 3 years. We will have our opening ceremony of 2022 Winter Olympic Games. It's also a crucial year for us to carry forward our job this year. So we will first build up the whole infrastructure, the old stadiums, and we also shift our focus on the stadium operation management. So besides our day-to-day life of establishing or building the facilities, and this year we also focus on 3 tasks. Number 1, we will fully move our work in the infrastructure construction. We talk about the alpine skiing should meet the game standards for other facilities. By 2020, they should be all finished, and the railway, expressways, that should be all put in service. Second, we should also do a good job in managing all these facilities. We started the amendment job from last year, and China's Yunling skiing park and also the national swimming centers and the alpine skiing center, that these actually not only for the 2022 Olympic Games and also will for the Paralympic Games. So these 3 will be our double projects, and we will roll out our experience to other facilities. So this year we'll strengthen our work on the managing and operating of stadiums. Third, by holding different kinds of the testing games, we also would like to examine the performance of our facilities, and we already hold the 20 games, and either there will be the tournament or the other world championship games. So from this year, and we will last for the mid of 2021. The first one will be the World Cup in alpine skiing. So with all these games, we will say under the title of Meet You in Beijing for winter. So we will continue our job, make sure before the trial games, everything is ready. I would like to also take this opportunity to talk to our friends about our milestones this year. In May, we will hold a countdown for 1,000 days till the opening ceremony, and we will also have the mascot ready for 2022 that will be released this year, and we'll also start our volunteers recruiting job this year. So these are our key milestones. We have a lot on our to-do list, but with whole society support, we'll do all our most to not let people down. Thank you. Thank you very much.
13届全国人大20次会议代表通道集体采访到此就全部结束了。
The second session of 13th CPPCC NPC is coming to the end for the delegate corridor. Thank you.